Hey guys, it's Carla from the Paper Trail. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to make over this book. And this is a book about fathers and daughters. So the makeover is going to be based on that, but depending on what kind of book it is, you might want to tailor it to that book. But the first thing I'm doing is painting, and this is just craft paint, acrylic paint. I'm painting the whole cover, front and back, and a little bit on the inside there. And this rough edge will be covered, so it doesn't matter how messy it is right there. And I probably should have used a smaller brush for this part, but I'm just kind of getting in there and painting that little edge there. Now this is white ink, permanent white ink, and I'm using it to kind of give the book some texture. I think it gives it a really cool look, and because it's permanent ink, it will stay on there. Obviously, wait until your paint is dry, but I think this is a nice texture for it. I think there's a lot of books that people give as gifts that could really be dressed up with just a little bit of work and make it a more substantial gift. Okay, so now on that front page, which happens to be blank, and it usually is in books, I'm putting some tacky glue, and I'm making sure that I get all the way out to the edges and get the whole page covered, so that when I close the book, it glues it down to the inside cover and covers that rough edge where I painted. So that completely cleans that up. And I'm going to do that front and back. So I did that one the same way. So both of those are covered. And now I've printed this from my computer. I printed off I can't remember what that says. Dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love, I think is what that says. But anyway, I'm just tearing it so that I can get that rough edge on it. I don't like those sharp edges. And then with burlap, and the reason I'm using burlap is because this is a gift for a dad, so it seemed like a more appropriate fabric. But if you're doing one for a woman, you might choose a different fabric or whatever. But this is just an idea of one way that you can decorate a book to avoid just giving a plain store-bought book. So I'm distressing the edges of that paper. I'm kind of distressing the whole thing, but mostly the edges. And that ink, that distress ink is in the description below, a link to it if you want to know where to get it. So now with tacky glue, I'm going to glue that onto the burlap. So I want to make sure that the glue gets all the way out to the edges and that it's kind of smoothed out a little bit. And then I'm using my bone folder to make sure it's pressed into the glue's pressed into the burlap real good. All right, and now I'm tearing some paper to go on the inside because I want to put a stamp on it. So first I want to distress it like I did the other paper. And then I found a stamp that I want to use. It says "Love you to the moon and back." So I thought that would be appropriate for this book, but again, depending on the book that you're using, you just want to kind of tailor your decorations to that book. This is just an idea. So I'm going to glue that there like I did the paper on the outside. And that's it, guys. I hope this gives you an idea of how to dress up a book that you're giving to somebody without just giving them a plain store-bought book. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you guys.